Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be going over my Lions 2022 mock draft. Um I'm just trying to get through the NFC North and then I'll move on to other divisions. So I still have the Bears, but the Bears are the last team in the NFC North that I have to do. So yeah, let's get into it. Number 2 here, Aiden Hutchinson, the edge out of Michigan. He's just a great player. He's a great pass rusher, run stuffer. Primarily a pass rusher. So in this case, they could get rid of Trey Flowers or Julian Aquara or Romeo Aquara. But Ian Hutchinson is a great player, but I could also see at number 2 the Lions taking Malik Willis because they need a QB to, be there after Goff is probably going to be gone. So, you're going to need some sort of bridge QB in Goff for 1 year so he can develop. But I think they would still go with Aiden Hutchinson. He's a hometown guy, and I really think he is the best edge prospect in this class. So, really looking forward to him hopefully being a Detroit Lion. Just really don't want him to do good against the Vikings. Number 32 here, I got the Lions taking Desmond Ridder, the QB out of Cincinnati. I have him taking a QB here because I didn't have him taking Willis earlier, and I think Ridder is the next best QB in this class, which is kind of weird. I think it's either him or Corral, but Ridder has that very nice play style where he can just be elusive and sort of deliver them sidearm passes and just the whole spiel there, and he's mobile. So I would compare him to a Trey Lance, but the only thing that's a drawback with Ridder is that he isn't as mobile. So that's why I think he will fall, and this is not a very strong QB class, so I don't really know how many QBs are going to be taken early, but I would hope that Ridder would fall to Detroit, as I think Ridder is an excellent player and I want him to be in a good situation. Number 34, I have Chris Olave. He's the receiver out of Ohio State. He's very fast, great route runner. He's just the do-it-all type of receiver they need. And I'd compare him to a Darius Slayton or Kadarius Toney. Now, the drawback with Olave is his injury history. I believe in high school, not so much in college. I didn't really see his college injuries, but I know his high school injuries were very bad. But I think he might be able to evolve out of that. And Detroit really needs a receiver, so him, Amon St. Brown, and Quintez Cephas would be able to carry that wide out room for multiple years to come. Or they maybe sign Godwin in free agency, but I really think Olave would play great for the Lions, as he'd be schemed to get the ball. So, yeah. Number 66, Kenneth Walker, the running back out of Michigan State. I think they need another running back in Detroit, as Jamal Williams probably isn't going to be your future at that second running back spot. And DeAndre Swift seems to be getting hurt like every other week. So you're going to need a guy who's a plug-and-play running back who's great out of the backfield, elusive, very powerful, and this is like that similar pick that the Packers made a couple of years ago in A.J. Dillon. And they're pretty much the exact same players, so if you can scheme Kenneth Walker to take over the backfield eventually, that is a very smart decision in my mind. Number 97, Marcus Jones, a corner out of Houston. He's risen on my draft board quite a bit, as he is really a playmaker. He is like the Trayvon Diggs of this draft, but he doesn't go for the ball as much as he does, and he's a little bit better in coverage, so you're really sacrificing that ball skill for extra coverage potential. So Marcus Jones could get taught by Amani Oruwariye, and maybe they sign another veteran there, but it seems like Jeff Okudah is kind of a bust, so they're going to really need to step it up in that third corner or second corner position. And Marcus Jones could even move back to safety, as I do not believe their safeties played the best besides Tracy Walker, their strong safety. I know he played well. But yeah, Marcus Jones I just think would be a scheme fit, possibly a slot corner. Number 176, Reed Blankenship. He's a safety out of Middle Tennessee. He's a great safety. He's very fast, and he's elusive, so that is good when you're playing safety, so you can get around the field. And his change of direction is elite, and his acceleration is also very good, so his hit power is also good, but the big drawback with him is his coverage needs work. So Blankenship could get topped by Tracy Walker, and they could rule that little safety room back there, and Blankenship could even move up to play linebacker. He would have to be a rotational guy because he's not that heavy, so he would get mauled around, but I think he has great potential there, so I would really like to see him go to Detroit, as I think that is where he has the most potential to be a great player. Number 179, Mike Rose, linebacker, Iowa State. Now, I'm picking Mike Rose here right after Reed Blankenship because maybe Blankenship doesn't slide down to take linebacker, and maybe Mike Rose does, as Alex Anzalone played quite well for Detroit, so he could maybe get a new contract with some other team and get paid. So Mike Rose could be the replacement there that they need, and I think Mike Rose would just be an elite player at his position for Detroit, given the circumstance that there is many veterans there in that linebacker room. Number 217, Brock Hoffman, inside offensive lineman from Virginia Tech. The only drawback with Hoffman is that he's a very raw player. So his talent isn't extreme, but you see potential. And with this late in the draft, you really are just gambling on potential and potential prospects. And I think Hoffman is the most, do-it-all lineman left in this scenario. So I'd really like to see him go to Detroit, as they got many veterans. Even they got Penei Sewell, who really isn't a veteran, but he's great. They got Frank Ragnow. They got Taylor Decker. So they got the line figured out, and they even got Tyrell Crosby, so maybe he slides over to tackle and can be a rotational, every other down lineman, which is kind of weird. Never really seen that, but it has happened later in past years because people have injury issues, and he kind of becomes every other down player. Number 231, Mike Harley, receiver out of Miami. He is electric. And when I mean electric, he has Deebo Samuel potential here. But, he's a very raw player too, so they're going to really need to pair him with Olave and really just hope for the best in that receiver room. I just see him being a depth player most of his career, but a very decent one at that. Number 239, Tyrone Truesdell. He's an inside defensive lineman out of Florida, and they kind of need that 3-tech because I don't think Aleem McNeil is getting it done at 3-tech, so Tyrone Truesdell could be that just 3-tech dominant run stuffer, even just pass rusher in general for Detroit. Alright, and that's the video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you next time.